we got some coins walking in here. So let's start out with these. All right, so as you guys probably saw, I got burned on a Morgan, so we're gonna weigh this one, make sure it's real. Drop her on the scale. 26 grams with that kind of weight. Yeah, that's real. Okay, perfect. Other ones right here. So let's take a look. So we're gonna look at this one, we're gonna look at this one, look at this one, we're gonna look at this one. We have an 1873 3-cent piece in fine condition. Next we have an 1854 1-cent piece. Looks like it's been cleaned. I would guess this is extra fine. This is an 1858 Flying Eagle in fine condition. So these ones, we're just doing the metal price because they're not key dates, especially the Kennedy, even though it's uncirculated. They made so many Kennedys. Okay. So these are gonna be $8 each. So you got 8, 16, 24 there, 375 on the quarters. It's a little bit below melt. Okay. The nickels are $4 for the 3 of them. Okay. And then on these better coins here, the 1854 is gonna be 40. All right. The 3-cent piece, what year is this? 1873, gonna be 15. Okay. The 1868 is gonna be 17. Sounds good. And the 1858 is gonna be 20. Okay. So let me add these up. So 178. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, we'll call it 180. Okay, awesome. All right, just kind of going over this, I spent 180. I bet I have my money back all right here, just with these coins. This one could be a sleeper. I gotta do some more research and see if this is the small lettering version. I don't know much about these coins, so I do need to do some research, but the fact that the back is intact like this, I mean, this could be like 70, 80 bucks, this one here. Or maybe it's like 30. Like I said, more research to be done. But for sure, I have my $180 back in these. And then this part's gonna be profit. These nickels aren't really worth anything. If anything, I overpaid for them. But I'll get probably 35, 40 bucks on this. And the rest of these, I'll get probably 10 bucks each for at least. Maybe even 15. Yeah, I'll probably make about 100 bucks on this deal. Not too bad. It's great that he was a follower and came in, and like, I need stuff like this to be coming in, because like, June was a really good month, and July so far has not been a good month. But it's the name of the game. So this weekend, I went to some antique stores because, like I said, the walls are a little sparse. I've been looking for new artwork. I got 3 new paintings that I'm gonna be hanging up. So I got this one from 1878. It's original. It was only 50 bucks, marked down from 100. It was like in the basement of an antique shop. So this is going up next to the Russian General, I think. And then because I'm a Leo, this limited edition lion print was great. This is number 60 of 150. Tom Ross Jr. is the artist. I don't know anything about him, but I thought it was a cool painting. It was only 100 bucks for that one. And then this one was 125, keeping up with the military theme. And then I went to another antique store, like right next door to the one that I got this at, and there was an even cooler one of these, but it's like, I don't want to get too many of these. What has the tape measure? That is the tape measure. Okay, one we have the 8 inches. And now I have this over here, and I moved the starfish over here, and I sold the cicadas the other week, so I don't have those anymore. So it's coming along. It is coming along. Well, I think this just turned out great. The color from this one and this one match, and you got the general in the middle. I'm really happy with this, and this only cost me 50 bucks. It's from the 1800s. And I got the lion hanging up here now. I moved the map of Afghanistan over here. It's pouring out. So I absolutely fucking love The Sopranos. It is my all-time favorite show. I could watch any episode, anytime, anywhere. I am not a mobster, but my God, Tony Soprano is so goddamn cool. And here I am, doing a $15,000 silver deal. Gotta go run to the bank, get a bunch of cash in my nice-ass car, and smoke a cigar. Life is good. It's a 4th of July cigar. I was on a boat with some rich people that don't smoke, and I wasn't going to be rude and start smoking this thing, so I couldn't smoke it then, so I'm gonna smoke it now. Hotbox this car and make it smoke a cigar forever. Hello, can I get a withdrawal slip, please? Lady next to me just asked for a $500 bill. This old lady, they haven't made those for almost 100 years. The fuck?
Here you go, sir.
Thank you so much, appreciate it. Have a great day. 9 grand. That's funny. I'm probably making, oh God, I don't know, maybe $250 off of this deal. Spending almost $15,000 to do it, but hey, what's the motto? What's the goddamn motto? Profit's a profit. Still raining. I got drenched. Cigars have been smoked. I'm buzzed as hell. That was a nice cigar. So I just got an offer. Somebody's trying to sell me a Pokemon card, and let's see if we can close this deal, because actually I do kind of want to buy this. Like I said, I don't really want to buy Pokemon cards. I don't want to get tied up in the shit, but if the price is right, I'll bite. So this is a Charizard 2016 Holographic Evolutions PSA 8, which is a very good score. Looks like these are going anywhere from 125 to 200. I'm gonna offer him 95. So let's see if he wants to do this deal. This guy's wire transfer just cleared, so I'm gonna ship all these bars out. Looking at about $15,000 right here. I gotta ship these 100-ounce bars out, but I'm trying to make as much content with them as I can because I rarely have this much silver on hand, like just sitting around. So I'm trying to maximize my potential with it, but I need to get to work and ship these. What is going on, you guys? We are Between the Pawn. I'm Evan Kale, and I own a gold and silver business. As always, how has the week been? This might have been my busiest week I've had, and I kind of self-engineered that by just running the fucking jewels on TikTok this week. So like, for whatever reason, my account on TikTok was suppressed, and it was like I got my first 3 months, because this account isn't even a year old yet. My first 3 months, I got like 30,000 followers. My second 3 months, I got like 10,000. My past couple 3 months, I've gotten like 1,000. And then the last like 2 weeks, for whatever reason, TikTok picked up my videos and I've gotten like 10,000 more followers. So welcome to everyone who is new, who is just discovering me. I'm so glad to have you guys as followers and viewers. Admittedly, I'm getting a little frustrated that my YouTube isn't like, you guys seem to really like it. And I feel I'm making a really great product here on YouTube, better than what I'm making on TikTok. I put so much more time into it. My Patreons put so much money into the show, making it happen. I literally couldn't do YouTube videos without them. It's too much of a time commitment. I couldn't do the editing. It was taking me too much time. So thank you, Patreons, for making it happen. But yeah, I'm a little frustrated that I'm not getting the views that, well, frankly, I feel I deserve. So that's annoying. But anyway, so TikTok though, I'm doing great. And this week, my God, I've sold at least 2,000 ounces of silver this week. My dealer has been, I guess he bought like a large amount of silver and just has like an abundance like he hasn't had in months. And the silver market's dropped this week. So the premiums though, I mean, I was able to offer the lowest price I've offered, I think since I've gone out on my own, and just people have been leaping on it. So if you guys wanna buy silver from me, I recommend silver more than gold. I talk about this all the time. I just feel silver is a better investment. Like it's gonna increase more in value in terms of its exponential growth than this will. This will go up maybe threefold in the next 5 years. This could double, but this for sure will. And I think it'll keep going beyond that. It's my speculation. So I recommend getting silver. I just feel it's a better investment. You're gonna get a larger return. Just make sure that you're playing it for a multi-year game, and let's not spit on myself. We'll talk about what happened with spitting on myself in a minute. Yeah, anyway, so this week on TikTok, I've just been so busy. Like, my mailman looked like he wanted to shoot me. I had like 50 packages going out one day, like 50 going out the next day. I had to make a special run to the post office just to get people their stuff out and to keep it flowing, because people were like, I really need this right now. So yeah, I was here. Man, Monday night I was here till like 6:30. Tuesday night I was here till like 7:30. And then last night I was here till like 6:30. I hired help. I hired my friend's brother in addition to Juliet, who also has gone on vacation, kind of at a bad time. So yeah, I have a new trainee starting tomorrow. I was actually gonna film my job interview with him, but I just decided I didn't wanna make him uncomfortable off the bat because like I kinda need his help. And like, I do know that some of you at home have literally offered to move here and work for me for free, and I appreciate that. It's just, I can't take somebody as a slave. I just can't do that. I mean, it's basic, an internship, it's slavery is what it is, not paying someone. And also, I need somebody I can trust. Not that I'm don't trust you guys at home, but yeah, you're around a lot of money in this business. And if I turn my back on you for a second, you could steal something, I won't know it. And if you do that enough times, that'll put me under, because I'm at a really vulnerable state right now. I didn't want to hire a new person because I'm so bare bones right now. I'm just having cash shortage issues because I'm not running this business on a huge amount of money for, like, I should be running this business on 100 grand, and I'm running on less than half that. And I have cycled through so much goddamn money this week, it's crazy. The week's not even over yet, it's only Thursday. Anyway, so I've hired help, he's starting tomorrow. I'm really eager to train him. I will get some of my training with him on camera, but like, I don't know how much I'm gonna make him a presence on my YouTube show yet. But I'm really glad to have help because, like, shit, I can't stay here for 10, 11 hours a day. It's just too much. Like, I go home, and then when I go home, I'm just bombarded with more messages. Like, I can't turn my back on my phone for a second. I had an average so far this week of 8 hours of screen time. And it's not because I'm looking at my TikTok jerking off. It's because, like, I just have orders coming in and I have questions coming in. On top of that, like, I get people messaging me being like, hey, will you appraise my coins for free? And it's like, no, my time is worth something. So yeah, I really need help. I have Juliet for eBay. I'm gonna make eBay entirely hers and just not do anything on eBay. And I'm gonna train, his name is Rob. I'm gonna train Rob in with helping me with my digital sales and just kind of helping get more people in here selling me scrap, because admittedly, I'm not getting enough of that. I'm fortunate enough to where people have been remote selling me stuff. If you guys have stuff at home you wanna sell me, I am always buying. Just know that, like, when you're selling to me, you are selling to me with the option to sell right away. If you want the full retail value of whatever your stuff is, then sell it yourself. It's not gonna happen overnight. I'm offering you a means to sell something right away. If you like my price, great. But don't get pissy with me if you offer me stuff and you know, it's worth $100, I say I'll give you 50 bucks for it. And you're like, but it's worth 100, I want at least 90. It's like, and how the fuck am I supposed to make money on that? So anyway, so my bullion supply is great. My cash supply, though, has been a bit of an issue, and I'm gonna address this more with a question I have coming up here. It's crazy how much money I spent. It just blows me away. Like, last month, I spent 150K. I don't have 150K, I just cycled through all that. Oh, I had a Pokemon mishap this week, or I had a mishap with my upcoming episode of Pawn Man. So next week's episode, you guys, we're covering Pokemon, the history of Pokemon, and what's going on with the collector markets. And I recorded a 30-minute monologue that was it took me a lot of time to research and prepare, and I put together such a good, like, spiel on it. But unfortunately, I started spitting on myself halfway through. Like, you guys remember the I Quit video where I was spitting on myself and it was gross? It was like 5 times worse than that. So, like, I looked at the footage and I'm looking it over, and like this like little like spit thing appears here, and I'm being so animated and talking so fast that like it accumulates and it just gets fucking nasty. And it's like, oh my God, I have to reshoot this whole thing just because of that. So I'm gonna be wiping my mouth a lot more, because it's gross. And this is not at all. But yeah, I was very frustrated to discover that I have to reshoot this entire thing. I guess it'll just make it so it's more condensed, because 30 minutes of rambling is a lot for my editor to go through. Hi, Keenan. Okay, so let's get into the questions. This week I'm taking questions from Instagram, because for whatever reason you guys didn't ask questions in my last Between the Pawn, or I didn't get enough. So I put a thing on my story and I got some questions. Okay, so first question, Beach City Coins wants to know, I'm thinking of opening up my own coin shop. How much money do you recommend to have set aside to buy what comes in? I know the more the better, but what do you think would be the minimum? Thank you. Well, like I said, you know, my cash supply here is a bit of a nightmare, just because, like, you know, I want 100 grand to run this business. That would make this so this, you know, I wouldn't be sweating. I got a loan from US Bank for 30. I asked them for 50. I wish they would have given me the 50. I don't know why they didn't. I have a good credit score, but they didn't. And it's difficult not having the proper amount of money that I need to truly run this business. I had a phone call about 2 hours ago. A woman had $50,000 worth of gold, and I was really hesitant on the phone because, like, I don't really have that much money right now. What I can do is I can call, I have a rich friend who's offered to be my bank, but then I got to split the profits with him 50-50. And I just don't want to do that if I can help it, because my margins on gold are not great. On this $50,000 deal, I could make maybe 4,000. So I'd have to split it with him. I mean, I guess making $2,000 to use someone else's money isn't that outrageous. It's just, I don't want to be giving away profits when I need all the money I can get. So, okay, to answer your question, you're gonna need at least 20K. You know, a coin shop is a little bit different than this because you're not buying scrap gold, you're just buying coins. Most coins you can get away with buying for a lower amount of money. Where you might get tripped up is somebody might come in with, I don't know, $20,000 worth of constitutional silver, and that's gonna eat up all your capital. And unless you have somebody you can turn that shit to right away, like I do, it's gonna cause you problems. I would recommend at least 20,000, but shoot for 50. I mean, at least if you're gonna try and do this business, or buy more than just coins. You also, you might get coins coming in. What if somebody brings in a collection of St. Gaudens that are all MS67, 68? What are you gonna do? So I'd say at least 20, 25K at least. Okay, Tony Dobasiewicz, sorry Tony, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. You never corrected me last time. Wants to know, with crypto, you wanna expand and buy different types, buy a little Cardano, a little Bitcoin, and so on. Is the same said for metal? Should I buy a little gold, silver, platinum, and so on? Absolutely. I would recommend, like I say, silver I think is the best investment in terms of what you're gonna get on a return. You can't go wrong with gold or silver, and the smartest thing to do is diversify your bonds, like Wu-Tang Financial says. Have diversity. For every amount of silver that you get, try and get a little gold and a little platinum too. So let's say, I don't know, for every 20 to 25 ounces of silver you get, maybe get a 1/4 ounce of gold, or at least a 1/10 ounce of gold, and maybe get a 1/4 ounce of platinum. You can still get it for a good deal. Now, I think platinum also has a lot of room to crawl. But I would recommend getting a little bit of each category of metal. Don't get rhodium, don't get palladium. I don't think those two are gonna, rhodium's dangerous. Rhodium could collapse, and rhodium is really expensive. I wouldn't buy it, it's too expensive. Palladium, I don't entirely trust because it shot up so much, and if automakers ditch it, it's gonna cause the price to dump. Platinum is extremely rare. I still feel it's undervalued given how rare it is at the price point that it's at. If automakers pick up catalytic converters to be done in platinum again, like a lot of them are talking about doing, then it could make the price go way up. It could trade prices with palladium. So little bit, have an investment, like an end goal in mind. For example, before I opened this shop, I was trying to build up a metals portfolio. I wanted at least 1,000 ounces of silver, 10 ounces of gold, and 10 ounces of platinum. That was gonna be my metals portfolio that I was gonna sit on, but alas, shit happened and I had to open the store. Alexander Kendrew, it wants to know, and hi Alex, I hope the UK is treating you well. Can you talk us through the process of sourcing, buying, and then using a Sigma, maybe on a variety of real and fake coins? You always get loads of questions about the Sigma. We always ask too. That would be amazing. Patreon, yeah, I appreciate you, Alex. You guys go follow the Broke Bullion Boys. They're great. They're definitely one of my most passionate followers, and their engagement with me is awesome. Honestly, I'm having kind of a long day. I don't want to walk through how a Sigma works. You guys can watch my other videos to see that. I have covered it numerous times. I cover it on TikTok. You can get a Sigma just about anywhere they are. Not just about anywhere. You get them on eBay. That's where I got mine. They're about $1,200. The demand for them is pretty high right now. It is an industry standard piece of equipment. You absolutely need it. You can't do this business without it. It does not work on jewelry. It only works on bullion. Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of half-assed answering your question, but you are a Patreon, so I wanted to pay some tribute to you. There's my tribute to you. Umar Farouk, and thanks for your purchase this week, Umar, I appreciate it. Welcome to the Pawn Man family. Good to have you as a customer. Umar wants to know, so when you get jewelry like rings and they have a 925 stamp, do you still test to see if it's full silver or just top layer, or do you take it at face and buy it? I usually don't test, or I don't extensively test sterling. I have seen fake sterling pieces, which is very silly, because like it's not terribly expensive, and like most sterling will melt for just like a couple bucks. But I have seen fake sterling. Usually you can tell if it's real or not just based on how it feels. Silver has a property to it when you touch it. It almost drinks in your skin in a way that clad metal does not. So I can feel something silver because I have enough experience, or generally looking at something I can usually tell. But I do try and test everything when I get stuff coming in here, that if I'm suspect of it or there's just not very much of it, I will use silver testing solution Just drop a dab of this, and if it turns red, it's real. If it turns blue, it's fake. And also, I want to thank very briefly goldandsilvertesting.com. They sent me a ton of free stuff for my shop here, and it was really nice of them. So thank you, goldandsilvertesting.com. If you guys want to buy testing solutions, go through them. I had a great experience with them. Moving along, Osiris Adams wants to know, how didn't you find out more about coins and precious metals growing up with your dad just because who he is? Just no curiosity in dad's hustle as a kid. Honestly curious. You're the man, Evan. Enjoyed our conversations. Consider you a friend. Thank you, Osiris. That's super nice. How do I put this? I always thought that what my dad did was kind of silly with coins. I never realized what exactly he was doing. There is an entire fascinating backstory about my dad, what he did with coins when he was released from prison. I've never shared with what exactly he did afterward because, well, let me put it this way. It's going in a book that I'm writing. I haven't finished it yet. I can't wait to put it out. I'm hoping to put it out within the next year. I can't make any promises about it. It's pretty freaking wild. But no, he was still heavily involved with coins after being released from prison. He was doing something with them with a, shall we say, extrajudicial group that was operating. You know what? I don't want to talk anymore about it. But he had lots of coins, lots of really nice coins, and he was always trying to pull me aside and show me his nice coins and try and teach me about them. And I just wasn't interested for whatever reason. And then I fell into this business kind of randomly. I got a tip from him that the old fuck was looking for a young person. Desperate for a young person was the words that he used. And well, the rest is history. And now I'm doing this business following in his footsteps when 2 years ago, I had no idea that I was gonna be doing this. I suppose I started just about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So yeah, no, I wasn't interested as a kid. And then finally, the AGOG, I love that name, writes, here's a question for Between the Pawn. What's the saddest story someone brought in to sell and thought you would make them rich, but just turned out to be junk or worthless? Well, I'm gonna kind of flip your question and just tell a different story. The answer is I get people bringing in their shitty coins all the time that think that they found a lost treasure of history, and I gotta break it to them that they haven't, and then they get argumentative with me. And then it's like, well, fuck, if you know everything, then why are you calling me? So I have that happen a lot. But the one thing that was a sad story, there was a woman that came into the old shop about a year ago, a little bit more, and basically was fleeing like an abusive husband. She came in with her mom. She was kind of in tears. She had a black eye and was really cagey and dodgy about where the stuff was coming from. And like, we kind of pieced together that she had basically cleaned out her husband's safe while he was at work and was like fleeing into the night with like all of his stuff. And like, you know, my understanding was they were married. I didn't do the deal. I watched the old guy do it. But yeah, no, it was really sad that like this woman was like clearly fleeing a very abusive situation. It was just like taking the money and running, and like, I don't know what she was gonna do with the money, but like she was with her mom, and obviously they had some kind of an escape plan. Which if that came in here, I don't know if I could buy that, or I don't know if I would, because I don't know if it was hers to sell or not. But alas, like I said, I didn't do the deal. All right, so that's all for Between. Well, that is all for this Between the Pawn. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that notification button so you know when new episodes of Pawn Man and new Between the Pawns are out. Get my books, get my merch. There's a link in the video description. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram and everywhere else at Evan Kale, at pawn.man. Put your questions in the comment section so that I don't have to dip into Instagram again. Let me know if you guys want to buy bullion. I think the best deals around, and I will see you guys back here for another episode of Pawn Man. Later, guys.